It's been interesting. I have to say, when we initially started the project, I wasn't aware that there would be so many rehearsals that sort of developed. It's almost like a teaser. We didn't plan it that way. I mean, they have to perform on the building to get the practice. But it's been a way of sort of piquing interest, and so the idea is that people can come upon it and hopefully just be interested and then seek to learn more. It's important, the place where the dance happens is key to the performance and the choreography. And why it's happening here is because we are here. The Archives is here in the library on the 4th floor. And being here for 30 years, the Labor Archives was formed, and it took over a decade, and we opened our doors in 1986. And it was a collaborative effort between the labor community and academics here at San Francisco State. Our collection is actually its primary source material. So we have organizational records from unions, labor councils. We actually have records, that minutes, photographs, flyers, leaflets, organizers' manuals from different campaigns. Archives are selective, and it's why we were formed. We're worried other archives wouldn't necessarily think labor unions were important to document, the same way that it's often been that women and people of color's voices have not been considered important. Gender issues are ones that we still struggle with, and I often feel like are not visible. The dance performance will contain a soundscape that draws from oral histories that are in the Labor Archives collection. So you will hear voices of women that we have done interviews with talking about their life experiences, their work experiences, the gender discrimination and so forth that they experienced.
Talking about the dance, the sound score, is using the voices of women who have done physical work in California in the last 25 years. I approach the choreography frame by frame, which means that, especially like with the broom section, we had to build it moment by moment. What happens before affects what happens next. Where's your swing? Where do you land? How hard do you land? Where's the broom when you land? The choreographic process is extremely collaborative. It's not just about what I envision, it's what I envision relative to what the dancers also are capable of in the moment. We interviewed a laborer named Violet Henderson, and a laborer is the lowest on the chain of hierarchy of work in the trades. And we asked each woman, what's your favorite tool? And she said, the broom is my favorite tool. And then we interviewed the pile driver, Audrey Hudson, whose ranking is much higher in the chain of labor. And a pile driver is a pretty prestigious, pretty hard thing to do. And she said, they're gonna stick you with the broom. So you gotta throw that broom down and get onto those big machines. So she had a really different perspective, and the tension between those two perspectives is what created the broom section. We put the dresses in jean dresses, in like everyday working fabric, so the dresses really represent every woman that's ever fought for anything on a job site. So it's the ghost of every woman that's ever been active in trying to change her work environment for the better.
It's good. It works really best not to expect the weather to be the same 2 days in real life.
Incredible work. We've been fortunate to partner with them before. Artistic director and choreographer Joe Kreider. The dancers are Sol Cherie Gilles, Mary Starr Hope, Megan Lowe, and Alana Stroud. The composer today is Pamela Z, and the rigging is done by the wonderful Carl Gillick. So without further ado, the performance of Outcries is about to begin.
And if I were asked, and if I were asked,
and if I were asked,
and if I were asked,
and if I were asked, in fact I have been asked,
and if I were asked,
what's changed? What's the primary thing that's changed since you were working in the trades 25 years ago?
and if I were asked,
I would say that sexual harassment is now against the law. And it wasn't against the law when I started.
and if I were asked, and if I were asked,
We'll give you equal pay. Not bad, feedback. We'll give you equal pay. We'll reduce the men's pay to the women's pay. Not bad, feedback. Not bad, feedback. Not bad, feedback.
So, when I started looking for work, 50% of the jobs were closed to you if you didn't wear a dress. And so I wanted to be a good mechanic, but 50% of the jobs were closed to you if you didn't wear a dress. So it was a woman who interviewed you, and she kind of looked you up and down. She looked at me and said, "I think you'll do fine, You'd have to wear some skimpy costume." I was the only electrician, and it turned out what they wanted was a stripper. It wasn't a term that was identified by anybody. Ultimately, to us, it didn't feel sexual, and so we used to say gender harassment.
Every speck, every speck of dust, every speck, every speck of dust I've swept, every speck, every speck of dust, every speck, every speck of dust I've swept. You're gonna throw that broom down. You're gonna throw that broom down. You're gonna throw that broom down. If you push that broom, push it every day, you're gonna throw that broom down. You're gonna throw that broom down. You're gonna throw that broom down until you're allowed to learn. Every speck of dust I've swept, every speck of dust, every speck of dust, every speck of dust.
There's a sense of pride and proudness. You organize and you gain that voice on the job. That people who generally don't have a whole lot of power, Asian American or Asian immigrant, there's not a whole lot of Vietnamese, but there's a lot of immigrant women. That people who generally don't have a whole lot of power,
Inside the building, we were singing.
When I got to the union, there's a sense of pride and proudness. Now we have somebody from our community work in the union.
Inside the building, we were singing. Inside the building, we were singing. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. 134 people was arrested that time. But we say, we'll be back. Everybody was screaming. We were in the lobby singing, 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 making a loud noise. Singing, making a loud noise. The whole day? Oh, I never stopped. We went to Hilton Hotel, inside the Hilton Hotel, in the lobby. Inside the building, we were singing, 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 singing. Inside the building, we were singing, 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 singing. Inside the building, we were singing, singing, singing. Very, very big victory for us. The contract for 5 years, very, very big victory for us.
And if I were asked,
What's changed? What's the primary thing that's changed since you were working in the